Let's take a moment to acknowledge the incredible support behind this event. A big thank you to Taxmark Casey,
Hello.
Amplify Marketing Project,
Welcome
and
back.
Tusak Bar for making this possible. Their contributions are essential to our celebration of the Pinoy-trepreneur community.
Galing.
Welcome back. Hi, guys.
Welcome back. Hello.
No, how are you guys?
We're good. Kamusta naman ang weekend? Not long enough?
I don't
Yeah,
think,
not long enough. Pero it's a short week kasi it's
Yeah,
Easter.
not
it's
sure we can
Easter.
hear you.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us?
Technical difficulties.
Jackie?
Wait lang. I think maybe just this one.
Mm-mm. Can you hear us? Can you hear? Wala.
Before they can hear us. Hello, Ace.
Anyway.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear
Okay,
you.
I cannot hear you guys.
Maybe not.
Anyway,
Sorry.
we'll
So
wait for that.
while Jen and Audwin are
Figuring out.
fixing their audio. So again, we just wanted to so far there's a lot of interesting na mga na-invites na speakers.
For the last couple of weeks, we've been doing more than twice a week. We're taking turns. So far we have done more than 7 now, I think. And today is also a good one.
Yes.
But yeah,
I think we're back.
before we introduce that, we just want to wait for
Jen and
Jen.
Odds. Yeah.
Are we good now?
We can not hear you,
Wala.
but we can see
Wala.
it's not muted.
Yeah, it's not muted.
Yes.
Can't hear
So-
you yet. So again, we just want to invite everyone for the Pinoy Entrepreneurs Autumn Market on the 18th of April. So that's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So this is the first time that Pinoy Entrepreneurs will be outdoors kaya nga. So it's something that very interesting, something that we're really looking forward. Plus we have some friends who are non-Filipinos then mag-join. So it's really just a good opportunity for us na ma-introduce lang din sa kanila talaga ang Filipino market.
No, it's not just that. Pati yung food, I think we're gonna have this time. We have real food, hindi naka-package. So we're in the past, hindi allowed you prepare the food and then you serve it. Now we have actual, food trucks as well.
Yeah, food trucks. Yes.
On the site, and then of course there's variety, not just 2 or 3. There's more.
Yeah.
So we're really excited because we haven't done this much. Lot of food businesses will be joining as well.
Yeah.
Other food,
It's a mix of retailers and services. Some of them are new as well.
Ito ang interview natin ngayon. I think this is the good thing din na ginagawa nating market kasi marami tayong nakikilalang mga Filipinos din who are really offering good services, and it's just good because it's sort of just like a link of chain wherein if we need something then ngayon we know where to go to. And so just checking with Jen and Odds.
Yeah, are you good?
Ba kayo?
Can you hear? Wala pa rin.
Can you hear us?
Still cannot hear you though.
Okay. Right lang.
You select the microphone of your device, the laptop. I don't know what you guys are using.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear now?
No, hindi rin eh.
No.
It's an error issue with it. No?
So yes.
So this is ito na yung reality ng live. Ng live show na. Talagang minsan may mga technical difficulties.
Can you do it?
Just bear with us. Okay? We're trying to sort out. Can we...
Ace, can you hear me?
No.
No.
Ace.
So we can't
No.
hear you.
What about now? Can you hear me? Ace. Marcel.
It looks like it's muted as well. Showing in the...
So we apologize. May technical difficulties. So far ngayon lang ito nangyari sa atin.
Yeah. Maybe they can just join us here.
Hi, Kat.
I'm not sure if people can hear us now. Can you hear us, Kat?
I think.
Okay, they can hear us.
Okay. We have to...
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you. Yes. Go.
Okay.
So we can invite now. And start.
Okay, that's
get
sorry about the technical difficulties. So
Yeah. Okay, without further ado, we should introduce our guest tonight. Ace Icona.
Okay. So tonight we're gonna have a special guest. So this person is been in the mortgage industry, and she's gonna be one of those will be joining us on 18th of April for the Pinoy Trip. So let's invite Katharina in the call.
Katharina Dela Fuente.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for
Wow.
having me.
Thanks for joining us
Thank
and being patient during the technical issue.
That's
Yeah.
that's life. That's at least you know we're not AI.
That's true.
That's the proof of life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So Katharina is a digital mortgage and finance broker. So do you want to tell us more about yourself, Kath?
Yes. Hi, everyone. So I am a mortgage and finance broker. I started my career by accident, actually. So, yeah, I run my own business, but I'll tell you how I became a mortgage broker. I've always been in the financial services industry for the last 20 odd years, but really found a different path in financial services. I thought I wanted to become a financial advisor. Right. So when you, so I did my studies around that, and I was actually working for a financial advice firm back in 2015, and was working my way up to become a financial advisor. The business created a lending team, and I got asked to help start that business with the view of moving back to financial planning. And I loved it so much because I was able to help clients not only achieve, their financial goals in a different way to financial planning, but through debt and through lending. So and 8 years later I am here and starting my own business. Coming up to 2 years ago was a very exciting time for me. It was a moment of finding, my strengths and my areas of improvement. But all in all, it really it's been a rewarding path, and I love every moment of it. And I've met so many wonderful people, wonderful clients who have become friends as well, just through the relationships that I've built. And that's what we're all about is the relationships. Yeah. So and here I am. StriveStone was born.
Yes, congratulations on your business.
I love the name StriveStone.
Yeah,
it's so unique. No?
Yeah, why StriveStone, Kath?
I was hoping you'd ask me. Yes. So when thinking of a name, my auntie in America, actually, she's the head of marketing for a big firm. I said, Tita, I need to come up with a name for my business. And she goes, okay, no worries. Do what I did. Just use, Katharina Dela Fuente and Associates. And I said, no.
Everyone knows you.
Yeah, exactly. I said, no, I don't think that's the one. So I looked within Strive. I got Strive from basically my inner self. I'm always striving to be the best version of myself, striving to give the best outcome for my clients, and just striving with life. And stone symbolizes strength as well. So, and I feel that, StriveStone goes together very well. But my auntie said try saying that fast, Kat. She says, StriveStone. But I love
the real tip.
That's where, and I said financial solutions and not just finance, because I believe, and especially where I come from in financial planning, I see the whole vision about working with conveyancers or property lawyers, working with accountants, working with financial advisors, and really being the connection to them. So I have a lot of my clients that will ask me, do you know a really good accountant? Do you know a really good financial advisor? So you become that solution for them, and that's where the financial solutions came from. So, yeah.
Ace, do you have a question for Kat?
No, I think one top questions that everyone had is why use a broker?
Yeah, very good question. Yeah. And it's easy enough to go to a bank, but the reason why you would see a broker, you would seek assistance, is because we have access to 40 lenders, so many different policies. You go to a bank and you have to fit within their policy. And if you're a business owner looking to get into buying your house, if you don't have a certain criteria, if you don't fit their policy, then they can't help you. Whereas for us, if you come to a broker, we know there's different policies. We can do the research for you. We make it easy. We apply to the banks for you. You don't have to fill out any forms. You just have to sign it. We paint the picture to the bank, right? So you tell us what's your pain points. What do you do for a living? This and that, and then we as brokers go to the bank and we advocate for our clients, and we tell the story, and we tell it in a way that is bank speak, so that the banks understand the language. So it's very if you've ever gone to a bank for mortgage and you don't understand certain things, and they'll always speak bank language, and sometimes customer service isn't there either. So that's where I see the value in seeing a broker.
Wow.
That's
that's
pretty good. And I do understand that, each everything that's happening at the moment, Kath, is it worth it to refinance a mortgage? I think that's, with the rate rise, with the war in Iran, things like that, is it worth it to actually check our rates and actually do and actually refinance? Is it safe to do it now? What do you think?
Yeah. When is it a good time? And I call this a refinance market at the moment, particularly everything, there's a lot of what they call mortgage prison, or, it costs you money to be loyal to your bank. And it's a very good thing to, I guess, remember here, because a lot of people the last thing that they look at is their interest rates. They make the same repayments, or if it goes up, it goes up, but they don't actually understand, what can I get out there? Like, what are banks offering? Yeah. Banks are fighting for business, right? And there's banks out there, it doesn't matter how loyal you are, they may not, when it comes to helping you in terms of reviews, they're not as competitive. So it is certainly a time now to really be reviewing, not just your mortgage repayments, all your expenditures, really. Particularly now with the economic climate, with interest rates, with cost of living, with the cost of petrol. All of that falls into what you call your admin, your life admin, and you have to really review it. And sometimes it's not just, it's not just getting a better rate. Sometimes it's restructuring your existing loan. And, and I always recommend that you go to your existing lender to say, hey, I need a rate review. What can you give me? And sometimes I offer to help my clients and say, when they come to me, I say, look, this is how much you can get in the market. Go back to your bank and see what you can get. So certainly, now is really a good time, and just looking at your current structures, especially if you've got investment loans, not just home loan. A lot of people, particularly with cash flow problems at the moment, where you've got you've got your home loan, you've got your credit card, you've got your car loans. Like, what is the best, structure? And sometimes consolidation is an option, but then there's obviously some points that you have to understand when doing that, right? Like when you're consolidating loans such as credit cards and car loans. It may not be for everybody. You've got to understand, that structure. But certainly, even if cash flow is an issue, having a look at maybe re-amortizing it, or extending the loan term again to 30 years to reduce the loan repayment. So certainly worth speaking to a broker about that, hopefully me, just for a rate review, just for a loan review, a home loan review, really. It's a health check, really, if anything. The one thing that I'm big on is I'm not going to refinance if you're not getting a better deal out there. Yes. Right? If I can't get you a better deal, then you stay, and I will tell you, stay with your bank. They're really looking after you. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the moment, Kath, there's like interest rate increases again, right? Can you give us some tips on how we can reduce your mortgage repayments?
Yeah. So certainly there's, I would say, with interest rate, again, going back to reviewing your interest rates, reviewing that, and potentially maybe re-amortizing or re-extending your loan. A loan term is 30 years. And sometimes, if you've had the loan for 5 years or 6 years, sometimes, by potentially at this point refinancing to a lower rate, re-amortizing it to 30 years again, that will reduce your loan repayments. Also potentially maybe some of, like with investment loans, if it's on principal and interest, could we look at interest only potentially? And that will reduce your cash flow for sure, or reduce the outgoings. But certainly, shop around. You need to shop around with interest rates, because if you've got a home loan that you're paying 5.9 or 6.1 or that, speak to me, or speak to a broker or speak to your bank, because that is high. There's competitive loans out there. A topic that is very high on the agenda with a lot of my clients that's coming to me, they said, Kat, do I fix it? Do I fix my loan, or do I keep it variable? So fixed versus variable, what does that mean? Now, I know I have actually fixed quite a few of my loans of my clients, only because of certainty. Like we talked about, or obviously everyone hears it on the news of it rates going up. So for them, they said, no, let's fix it for 1-2 years. That's fine. And then they were happy with that, because there's certainty around the repayments. And split loans as well. Like you can do variable and fixed, so that you've got the bonus of an offset account, which will help with the interest repayments as well. So certainly, different strategies that you can look at.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It's pretty cool.
There's a lot. And look, everything that we do is tailored, right? It's tailored to your financial situation. So you're not going to get the same structure as the other person, or your situation could be different for the next. So that's why we like to tailor it to your financial situation.
Yeah, I like what you said. Yeah, like, for example, me, I would be a bit different. For example, I've got a business. Can you also help me? Especially now with cash flow issues, for example, can you also help businesses?
Certainly, yeah. And depending on the, we deal with a lot of industries at the moment, like, with hospitality, transport. That's a major one at the moment that I'm coming across, particularly with the price of fuel. But, certainly with businesses who are having cash flow problems, we have to look at it and see where we can save. Is it structured correctly? Who have you borrowed the money from? Right? Is there a better option out there? So it is definitely, is it secured or is it unsecured? What I mean by that is the loan secured against an asset, whether it be a property or a business, so there's different ways of structuring. And I think that's really important now, whereby, depending on the industry as well, there's different finance options: invoice finance, trade finance, business cash flow lend, overdrafts. So there's a lot of that, and certainly, definitely speak to us about that, because you just have to get it reviewed, right? Reviewed, and see if there's a better way of structuring your loans.
Can I chime in for a second? Just regarding the business, do you also have access to multiple, companies or banks or yeah?
Absolutely, yes. Same with home loans, we've got multiple lenders that do business loans, asset finance loans. That's another thing, equipment finance. Yeah, and they all and varying different policies, right? Because you're not, unless you've got really strong financials, that's going to service your loans. That's an easy one. That's a tick box. Where it gets a bit complicated is where you have that's a little bit like, obviously as a business you try to minimize the tax that you pay, so you claim everything through the business. Sometimes that is, it's not favorable when you have to go get a loan, but certainly that's why they've got different lenders out there, whether it be it's not always the banks, right? It's not always the big four, right? So we've got to think about, and that's why going to a broker is beneficial, because we've got access to the likes of your second tier lenders. You've got private lenders, you've got third tier lenders that looks at all possibilities of helping a business owner. Yeah, so.
And can you tell us, Kat, because we've experienced this in the past, it's always a bit harder to use your business to get a loan. So why do business owners struggle to get these loans? Because what I would have experienced was they were asking, how long have you been in the business for? They usually look for about more than a year in the business to get the loan. So yeah, fixed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you saying to buy a property?
Yeah, or to get a car loan or like a personal loan.
Sure. Exactly. So let's start with, we'll break it down. So buying a property. Now, if you're a business owner and you want to buy a property, I think it's highly advisable to have the conversations now, right? It's about planning to buy that property. So, as I said, with business owners, we try to claim as much in our business to get a neutral, so we don't have to pay as much tax. But when it comes to borrowing money to buy a property, we need to have that planning with your accountant, with the broker, obviously, and just to make sure that we have enough, like understanding how much you want to buy for, and then how much we can borrow, right? So sometimes it does require planning. Now, when you talk about you have to have 12 months of financials, yes, there's lenders out there that you need more than 12 months. There's lenders out there that you need to have 24 months of ABN, right? But there's also lenders out there that will just go off 1 year financial. And there's lenders out there that will do 6 months ABN, right? So there's definitely some options there. There's also a really good policy around if you're a business owner and you pay yourself a wage for a period of, say, 6 to 12 months, and we can evidence a pay slip, we don't need to look at your business operations. We can just work off a pay slip, right? So there's definitely different policies out there. And sometimes, your pay slip will say, yep, I can service a loan of $1 million. Great, as a joint applicant. We don't need to worry about that debt.
Yes.
That's all. We don't need to worry about the financials in the business. So, there's policies out there that's making it easier for business owners to obtain lending to buy a property. When you're talking about asset finance, like buying a car, a personal loan, unfortunately with asset finance, it works differently to home loans, because the rate is determined by the character or your asset, what your asset backed. So if you're a business owner as well, the same thing. There's lenders out there that it's a higher rate if you've got less than 24 months of ABN, right? Or if you're trying to buy a property, if you don't hold a property, if you don't have like an investment loan or an owner-occupied loan, sometimes that rate is a little bit higher as well. So different, but then there's so many lenders out there that will accept something, that you're with your situation, unless you've got really bad credit rating. So, then there's probably lenders out there that will accept it too. So we'll see.
Yeah, like sharks, the loan sharks, they will accept anything with a very big interest.
Oh yeah, like low doc or something. I've heard about that.
Low doc loans, yeah. I mean, look, we've got that in, in resi, commercial, even in asset finance. Yeah.
It's not the end of the world if if one financial institution says no. So it's really good to use a broker because they can, they have multiple access
Yeah.
to different
They
lenders.
have different lenders and banks, company, whatever it is. Yeah.
And I think something to think about is, we would know certain policies, like that I've had clients that didn't think they could get a loan, right? But then we did. We made it happen. So it's one of those things where there's one that signed an unconditional contract on a property but didn't get their finance happening, and they did a 30-day settlement over the Christmas period where we had a close down. So we had to come up with the money straight, we had to settle within 22 weeks at that point. And they didn't service because they're a business owner. They didn't service through the mainstream. So we found a solution. It was a solution, higher rate, but then it saved them $350,000 because that's how much they had to. It was a really big purchase. That was their 10% deposit. So if we didn't get them the finance, they would have lost $350,000. Now, sometimes, paying a higher rate to get the money so that you don't actually lose your deposit is a solution. And it's not a long-term solution, it's an interim solution while we get your financials ready. So I just waffled there a bit.
No,
that's
good.
That's
Yeah.
very, very interesting and informative, actually. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Let's talk about your business, Kath. So what drove you to start your own?
So it's really interesting because the one thing that I guess anybody wants in life is financial freedom, right? So financial freedom, being able to, retire or have, for me, it's more around the way that I want to run a business and not be with the corporations. And, it was very sales driven, that business, and more relationships. So we had like a values mismatch. And sometimes when that happens, you have to think about, what's important to you and what you truly value as an individual. And great company, but I think our values just weren't aligned. And that's when, I thought, I can do this, and I had to back myself. As you know, as business owners, sometimes you just have to back yourself, and you got to just work hard and hustle, hustle. But yeah, it is, and it's not easy, but it's so rewarding, particularly when you help out your clients and you're true to your values.
And how hard was it to start your own? Did you had a hard time establishing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still in establishment mode at the moment. I'm nearly coming up to 2 years on 1 July this year. But I didn't buy a book. I wasn't able to take my relationships because there was a non-compete slapped on for me, particularly in the first 12 months. So it was hard, but I was very fortunate that I had really great clients who were very loyal to me, and they said that we don't want to go with anybody else. So, which was I was very grateful for that. That I was able to get that, but it's about building. It's building your networks. It's getting yourself out there. And when I talked about earlier how when you start a business, you find out what your strengths are and what your what takes you out of your comfort zone, and certainly taking myself out of the comfort zone is that's been probably the hardest thing, but very rewarding as well. So I'll try anything.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Do you have a question? Can Ace hear us? No, we're having internet issues.
Oh.
But what's the most challenging part of
Sorry
this
about that.
job?
The most challenging part? Oh, I would say when I guess trying to meet the deadlines, particularly when clients will sign a contract without speaking to a broker first, and then they're coming to you with we'd say, hey, I have to settle in 30 days, but usually that's pretty good. I think without going into too much detail, but as a broker, we work for free for you guys, right? So no, we get paid by the banks. Now, and we're very happy to work for free, because we know once you settle, the bank will pay us, and it doesn't get passed on to you. The only challenging, and this is where a lot of brokers we really struggle with, is because we are self-employed. Now, the banks don't start making money from their loans for a period of about 18 months to 2 years. So what the banks do, and probably not a lot of people know this, is that if you refinance or if you sell your house, if you close off a loan within 2 years of settling, right? So settling your loan, we get called back by the bank. So we have to pay back the commission that they paid us, essentially. Yeah.
That's for sure.
And that's very hard particularly with self-employed, right? We have to, because that's commission, and it just means that we literally did work for free, right? There was all that time and effort, all that fighting with the banks, particularly if it's a really complex one. So if I'm transparent, that is probably the only difficult thing that I would say in this industry and in this job. Everything else is, you can manage the expectations, you can manage the workload, the volume. That's all manageable. But yeah, that's probably very, very transparent, but very real.
Yeah,
very
wow.
real. Yeah, very real.
It's very interesting. So guys, you like the broker, stay with the bank for 2 years.
That's right, please.
Yeah, please. That's really
please
hard. You paid all the bills and you spent that commission already.
You got
exactly.
You gotta pay.
You got to pay it back.
So.
Yeah. So, and obviously we wouldn't impart that. There's actually some brokerage that I've heard whereby they put it into a contract to the client. If you leave us in 2 years, you have to, and we get called back, you have to pay it back. But I don't do that. I'm more like, say, if you're planning to refinance or sell, please speak to me first. Let's see what we can do before that happens. And that all comes with relationships, right? So it's a relationship you have with your client. And I love to think that I've built a really good relationships with my clients.
That's really good.
Yeah. So
that's amazing. So you've been in this business for 2 years now. So you must have built now you have more loyal customers, a decent following. How else do you promote your business? Like, for example, to get more leads or people will know you. That sort of thing.
That's a very good question. That really is a very good question, because again, it is word of mouth. It's networking. It's and prospecting with partnering with accounting firms, and but at the moment, so 2 years in, as I said, I have developed some referral relationships which have become really fruitful and that. But in terms of marketing, it really is like I'm going to be at the market for entrepreneurs. So I'm really excited about that to to have a stall there and to meet other business owners. But it really is like social media. You know, when we talk about, again, I'll go back to what I'm uncomfortable with. I'm uncomfortable getting myself in front of a video and doing videos, right? And that's and I'm going to be transparent.
Thank you. We just appreciate your time and you know, you're
being in
giving
front
us,
of the camera.
yeah, like just being here in front of
Thank you. No, and again, I'm so grateful for this opportunity. It really is. It's fantastic. But yeah, and I think at the moment it's just word of mouth. I've been very fortunate. Like you said, I've got a book now, and I'm seeing the fruits of that, where I'm getting repeat referrals from my existing clients. And you know, I've recently one of my clients, when I first went out on my own, I set up my website, but I didn't do Google reviews, right? So I had a client that said to me probably about 3 months ago, she goes, Kat, I want to do a Google review for you. But I looked you up, there's no Google review. And I said, okay, I haven't done that yet. I don't know how to do it, but I'm working on it. And she said to me, I will do it for you. She said, because she was in digital marketing, and she goes, I will do it for you, babe. She goes, I'll set it up for you. And yeah, and then she did it for me. I'm thinking, that's a client of mine. And I'm like, obviously she was introduced to me by somebody that I knew. So I'd not known her, but yeah, so but yeah, it's just building those relationships that wants to help and want to see you succeed as well. And I think the one thing that people want to do is help you grow, you know, as a business, and they're very supportive. So I don't do a lot in my social media, and I probably should, but that's a work in progress.
Yeah.
But just need to get myself out there. Yeah.
Ace, do you have a question?
Yeah. Well, just looking, you know, at you, where you are. So the question is, I believe you enjoy your job, right? Or what do we? How do you see yourself 5-10 years from now? Do you think you're still going to be in the same industry, or how are you going to be transforming into another business, or you know, what's your vision?
I love that question. Okay, so I will definitely be in this industry, God willing, that in this industry for the next 10 to 15, 20 years. How old am I? In that 15 years. Let's say. Right? Because we do this for financial freedom, right?
Yeah.
No. All jokes aside, yes, I do see myself, and it is about scaling, you know, whether partnership or or bringing on a bigger team. That is definitely my plan. But certainly I love this job so much. It's so rewarding in the sense of watching people, you know, how happy people get when they get into their first home, or they buy their first investment property, or you know, they split up in their marriage and you help them through a divorce, and you know, and it is. I've got a client like that I, you know, she was with me 5 years ago. She went through a divorce and she's had 3 properties and about to buy a commercial property that we've just got approval for. It's those things that keeps me going. Apart from the callbacks, we don't want the callbacks, but there's definitely.
You would have thought that there's a happy ending in the divorce.
Absolutely. She was very happy, and you know, that's the thing that you want to be part of, right? So I think to answer your question, yes, I'll be here in the many years to come, God willing, and hopefully in a bigger scale, whatever that looks like.
That's
good.
Ace?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying that. Thank you for answering that one. It's one of the things that, you know, you'll never get asked by a client. You know,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Absolutely.
And Kat,
Absolutely.
usually we get a question from the previous Pinoy entrepreneur that we've interviewed for you. They want to ask you a question. So let's see if we can play this. It's in Tagalog though, but we will translate it for you in case.
But kaya mo yan. She
Yeah.
can
Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can.
Kung meron man naninira sa'yo, ano ang pwede mong ipakita sa kanila na ikabubuti ng sitwasyon mo?
Wow.
Did you understand that?
A little bit.
So if someone is spreading rumors or something, bad about your name, what would you do for your situation to get better, or something along the line?
I would ask that person. I would go directly. So if they were spreading rumors,
What can you do to make the situation better?
Yeah.
I would go directly to the person and talk it through and try to understand where they get that rumor from. And really, sometimes it's information, and the right information sometimes is the best remedy when rumors are spread. So I don't like to spread rumors. I like to do unto others as you do as you want to be done unto you, as the saying is like. But certainly I would go back to that person and just say, hey, what's happening, what was said, and how can I help to fix what you think of me. But
I like it.
So good. Your response is so
Yeah, that's how it should be. Because I
Professional.
think as Filipinos, most of us will not confront the person because we're not really confrontational in nature.
yeah
But it's
yeah.
What about
Well, we always, you always want to get along with everybody, right? It's not nice. And I just think, and it's not about a rumor. It could be they were just misinformed, right? So if they're
probably,
misinformed,
or it could be competition, like they're trying to get more business, or they say something bad about you behind your back. Could be that too.
ultimately, and you can't ever stop that, right? And then in any industry, you cannot stop whatever they're going to say. Whatever they want to say, they're going to say about you anyway. It doesn't matter what you say, as long as you're true to your own values and true to yourself, and you're true to your clients or your people around you. You can sleep at night, ultimately. And I think,
that. And Kat, can you ask a question to the next person that we're going to interview tomorrow?
Oh, okay. Who is it? Do we know?
I won't tell you. So it's a business owner.
Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. This is different, right? If you were a superhero, what would you be?
Wow, that's very different.
And why? And why? So if you were a superhero, what would you be, or who would you be, and why?
I love that. That will tell more about their personality.
Yeah, exactly. Can you please tell me what they say? I'll watch it.
Yes.
This one will be online later.
It will be.
Be posted on Spotify, and where else do we post this?
YouTube and on our page.
Oh,
so you
okay.
can share it on your socials.
Yeah,
I
you
will.
can.
But then I'll watch the answer for for tomorrow's person, right? Yeah, what the answer gonna be.
So, how can they reach you? Where can they contact you?
Yeah, so my socials, but on my website, StriveStone.com, StriveStoneFS.com.au, on my phone number, which is, do I say it? 0400 153-465.
Perfect.
What I'll do is I'll copy and I'll just paste this into the chat. There, that's my
Yeah.
website. Yes.
That's
Um,
amazing.
And I'll put it on the description of this video when we post this.
Yes,
Amazing.
that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
How about inviting our listeners and viewers to the actual event?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Guys, you have to come to Pinotrepreneurs. I hear there's going to be some amazing food, which is, what I'm definitely looking forward to, meeting some other business owners. Definitely come down. It's going to be a great event if you love food. There'll be some music as well.
Yep.
Amazing. And other, network with other business owners. Really just have a great day. Bring your family, bring your friends, Pinoy or non-Pinoy. Bring them down. I know I will be. Tell
Yes.
everybody.
Very good. You said it right.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, done well.
things today.
So things we've learned: always approach a broker first before going directly to the banks, because you don't want to be hit like with the credit checks all the time.
Yeah.
So going to the broker, it's like a one-stop shop that can
Right.
reassess you and pick up the best product for you. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Yes, that's the one. Yes.
And
That's
for me,
very good.
I learned the secret code. I'm not gonna encourage everyone to stay for at least 2 years. Like with the provider.
Yeah.
Because
I normally wouldn't say that, right? But you said what's the most challenging? And that's the only thing I can think of, which is a good thing, I guess, because everything else is easy.
Absolutely.
And Ace, can you add something?
No, I think, it's just, I can see the passion and your heart to really help and assist people with their financials. Of course, it depends on the person's circumstances, but the reason why we have you, people like you, to get out of anything that we are, and if we want to invest and prosper more, I think it's really good to seek some financial assistance. Regarding assisting with getting the right loan and what structure that is best suits you. It's only can be done by a professional. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I've had the best time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see you on April 18 at the Pinoy Entrepreneurs and Friends.
I'm
Thanks
looking
so
forward
much.
to it, guys. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Salamat.